Hello, beloved ones. How here, your healthy relationship intuitive coach, helping you to redefine your identity, claim your power and freedom by reconnecting with yourself and create a healthy, functional relationship with others without settling for less than you deserve. Why should you really settle in this day and era? It's not worth it. It's time that we show up and claim what is truthfully ours. That's why today I want to talk about this lovely topic. You are disappointed by your expectations. Like I mentioned, some years ago, I was at the hospital by myself, and I expected my other half, as we call them, to come and check on me. And he didn't show up. And I was fuming. I was angry. I felt entitled to that visit. And what is interesting is while I was in the middle of that anger, entitlement, he's got to know who I am, he cannot treat me the way he wants to treat me. Then it dawned on me that this is not the first time this thing is happening. And it dawned on me that it happened again, not with him, but with somebody else. And I was wondering, what kind of pain am I really feeling? Am I really feeling the pain from the other guy who treated me like that? Or it has all to do with this guy that I was with? And who is to really look at in this time? Because it's different people, and I'm the one who's going through that experience. And I didn't want to look at myself. I just peeped through and I was like, oh, okay, then it could be me, but I don't want it to be me so badly. And I had to show up with that righteousness. I had to show up with that anger. I was very good in playing this victimhood version. I was very good at it, and other people would understand. As much as we don't want to hear it when someone say, own it up. How has this person been really reacting? If you see someone acting the way they're acting consistently, they're just telling you something. The question is, what are you willing to take from that? Do you want to believe them, or you want to hold on to an illusion of potential? Because with me, that is one thing that I fell in love with. Wherever I went, I was falling in love with potential. I wanted to see what those people were not seeing. I wanted to really show them who they really are in the inside. But they didn't want to see that. They were not ready to explore that. The reason why I was seeing potential because there was something in me that was waiting to be unleashed by me. But I wanted to fix someone so that they can be what I want. Yet the only person that I needed was me. So I'm showing up today to just ask you, are you frustrated that someone did not show up for you like I was frustrated that someone didn't show up for me? What is your story? They do this consistently. Are you blaming somebody else for that? I was talking to a lovely person sometimes last week, and when she was telling me her story from that deep pain of, I've had this for many months right now, and my husband, listen to me, I'm saying husband, didn't even bother to come see this, something that I consider an asset that I bought. And she was disappointed. And I could feel her pain. I could see her. I could see me in her, because that used to be me. And I had an opportunity to sit down and find out how much that other person is really a bad person, and go on trying now to name so many things that people did, because that's what we do. We go through an experience and then we want to find out why the other person is so bad. How many times have they done that? But the question is, what have you done about it? You know, because they're showing up and treating you like that, not because they choose to just make you a mat or something like that, just because you are the one who wants to experience that powerlessness. You are the one who's choosing to be experienced as that victim. I was in that stage. and for for a long time, for many years, with different people. And I pointed fingers. I sat down with my sister, friends, with my whatever, whether it was over a bottle of wine and all that, we could talk about it and they would understand, they would reason with me. I had myself. At the end of the day, I went back and lay on my bed, afraid, angry, lonely, frustrated, feeling unworthy, because every time I met a different person, it was like I'm asking for a proof and evidence to show me that I am nothing. I played this many, many times until I played it with my own children as well. I had a lot of pain, especially when you go through it with your children who now are showing up and also questioning who you really are. As I mentioned previously in one of the videos, that one of the morning, my daughter was asking me many questions that I felt triggered. I felt angry that someone is making my daughter do that. But yet it was something in me that was willing to ask me, are you willing to really see who you are? Are you willing to sit here and play poor me and all that? Thank you, dear, for showing up. That was the question that was being played. That was the question that the universe was asking me through different individuals who showed up and treated me the way they treated me. They didn't do it because they just chose to make me a victim, that because they chose to just show me that I'm a piece of crap. It's because there was more that had to be unleashed in me. But the question is, was I willing to see it? I played small for a long time. I stayed when I was supposed to leave. I talked in anger when I was supposed to listen. I kept quiet when I was supposed to talk. And I was just confused. I didn't know when to react. It was just the small little girl in me who was scared and didn't know, are they going to leave me if I say this? If I say something even in an office at work, are they going to really find out that I'm not really as intelligent as I might appear? Should I say yes? Should I say no? I played with that for a long time. I didn't really know what I wanted. I was hoping someone would tell me this is what you want or this is who you are. To an extent that even at some point when I realized that I'm not fulfilled with my job, with this accounting profession that I chose, I looked at one person that I admired one day and I said, what is it that you think I can really do and really love? What do you think I can really? And the response was like, anything that you put your mind to. I was pissed off again. Why can't they tell me what I can be good at? Because I knew that there is something that I'm good at. I knew that there was something that needed to be born and through me. No one else could do it but me. But I was caught up in looking at myself as a small person. I was caught up in blaming other people. I was lost in all the badness of other people, because when you are in that victimhood, you see everyone as a bad person. I was caught up in sleepless nights of feeling unworthy. And this is why I'm sharing this with you, because I ended up opening my heart to this beautiful person that I was talking to. And I said, I feel pain. I understand what you're talking about. I walked that path. But for how long have you been married? 20 plus years. For how many years have you complained about the other partner? And what do you expect? For how many years has the other person consistently showed you who they are, but you're still there and you choose to continue complaining? What do you really want out of this? And I'm showing up today to share this with you, not because of what I went through, not because of what the other person shared with me. The question is, where are you at? If you are sitting in a situation where you are consistently being treated however you are treated and you expect something else, what is really disappointing you? It's your expectations. It's not the other person. Because the other person might be consistent, showing up to say, hey, this is what you really need to work on. Are you willing to do that? Or you are willing to sit there and continue complaining? Because what you're going to get is more evidence of why that is happening. Because that's the question that you're asking. You are not going to do that to me in anger, and you sit there. When something happens, you choose to come out of that anger with insult, and then you move into that guilt, which I played also so flipping well. And where does that really come from? Because probably you have a chance, because there are so many things that I look at, that if I showed up truthfully, if I showed up in my authenticity, if I spoke up when it was necessary, if I chose to open my heart, not in defensiveness, in saying I am willing to be vulnerable and talk not from hatred, not from entitlement, to say, hey, I want to talk to you. I honor you, but here is what I deserve. This is what I would take. Not in a threatful mode like we normally do. If you do this, I'm going to do that. And then somebody repeats it, and this is the last time. If you do it again, I'm just going to leave. And we do it again with our children. I've seen that playing on with my son, who played on with this game, continuously getting addicted. And then I'll be like, I'm not gonna allow this, and all that. And then I also the next thing, I just feel that sorriness or whatever, I allow it. And who is going through pain? It was me. And probably you are doing this and you feel like, oh, I'm needed, because at times we want to be needed. Or when someone say, oh, I'm sorry, I did this, I didn't mean to, no matter how many million billion times they've said it, you're still gonna sit there. It's not about the other person, it's about you. What is it in you that makes you feel unworthy? What is it in you that feels that you do not deserve better? What is it in you that makes you think that if I get out of here, I'm not going to find something else? What is it in you that really believes that there's nothing more for you? What are you scared of? You know, like I say, the time when I was sitting at the hospital, I was sitting there, I was fuming, I was angry that this person didn't come and check on me. But let me tell you something, it didn't happen out of the blue. It's something that I had in me. It's something that I feared for a long time. I knew that there's a possibility of this because there is consistency that I've seen in someone's behavior. And I knew that if I ever need this person when I am really in that situation where you could be sick, this person is not going to be there. And there it was, my fear showing up in front of me and asking me, yeah, this is what you feel, this is what you're going to get. So what are you going to do about it? If I worked on myself the time when I realized that there is a pattern that has been going on, I wasn't going to make someone else pay for what other people did. But I chose to sit on it and chose to point a finger and chose to play small. And the more I played small, the more I felt small. The more I felt that there is no any other person who is better out there, I might as well sit there. The more that belief became the truth. Because it wasn't me. So I was manifesting it in many ways with different people. And I'm showing up today to ask you that question. Where are you playing this in your life? Yes, fear is our biggest teacher. It is. That's very true. Yeah, the victim mode is a prison that doesn't let us see beyond its walls. I love that. And as much as it's a prison, it's something that has been rewarded many times in the society. Because when you meet someone, you sit with other people, you tell them what you're telling them, they'll tell you what they experience, and we feel like we are a community. Now we start developing this community of poor us, especially around us women. We play that game so very well. And I know we talk about it, men are like this. But let me tell you something. As women, we play this inferior, like poor me and all that. And I loved something that I came across, that one guy said, who said, in relationships, the people who are unhappy, it's women. Women are bearing the unhappiness in relationships, in marriage. Men are not happy. You know what men are? We know one thing that men are not happy about. They're not happy because women are not happy about them. So at times we have to choose to do the work and work on ourselves, so that we do not contribute by going there projecting our own fears, insecurities, unworthiness. We can show up not to mother the wounded child in our partners, but to be a partner. Not to enable something that we do not like with other men, but to teach our children to be that which tomorrow we expect our the whole world to turn into. When you think about the future and you say, this is the kind of men that I desire, are you creating that in your children, or you are showing up in that unworthiness, playing the same wounds that have been played for generations by your grandmothers, great grandmothers? They didn't know any better. And this is why you showed up and said, I'm going to choose that family. I am going to be born into that family because I am willing. I am willing to heal and transform the wounds that so many people went to. I do not want to see my children or great grandchildren going through this. You chose that family for a reason. And at times we choose traumas, and lots of traumas, we choose them as well to say, for me to finally realize who I truly am, I am choosing to go through this. This is why for me, the most painful thing that I experienced when I was not with my children, where I felt truly what was the point of giving birth. That was the question when I was in that pain. That was the question when I even went to the judicial system, hoping that someone can hear me out. Talking to the social workers until I was handed the files and told how this battle is not a battle that we can solve. And I told them, yes, I'm into my own spiritual path. What are you talking about? But when I sat down, I was asked a question: who do you think you are without your children, without your wife, without your husband, without your religion, without your culture and everything that we've been told or made to believe you are? Who do you really think you are? That was the journey that I went through. That's why I'm showing up today and say, how are you showing up in your life? What are you allowing? What do you think you are losing? Because whatever that you are losing, however that you are treated, is showing up so that the real you, the amazing great being that you are, can finally live the life that you are here to live. And this is what I'm saying. Our expectations is our disappointment. It's not other people. So let's feel into that and ask yourself, whenever you find yourself angry, where does that anger really come from? Is it really that person, or that person just triggered something? And it feels like it's so very painful because that wound has been open for a long time. You work on yourself. Things that you are looking at, things that you are consistently complaining about might change because you are not the same person. And I wanted to share this with you, beloved ones. And my question and my plea to you, do you feel that you are benefiting from this? And if you are, who else do you think can benefit from this? I want you to invite those people, and let's be on this journey. Let's be on this journey where we look at ourselves and find where we're playing small. Are we willing to continue playing that small even in this new earth? Oh, I love you. And I love what you just written here, because many of us, we go through this. Many of us, we go through this. At times I cry tears, and I know I'm not crying my only tears. I'm crying tears on behalf of my mother. May her soul rest in peace. But I know it's not only for me, it is for her as well. And I know it is for those who walked before her. We all go through this, but it's high time some of us raise our hands and say, it is stopping with me. It stops with me. And like I said, this is beyond righteousness. It's soul recognition that is opening our hearts fully to be the love while we are changing something that has been playing on for many years. Are you willing to join me? Invite other ones and let's have fun. It is time. And I'm willing to hold your hand as you hold mine, because we are in this together. Your pain is my pain. Your story is my story. Like I said, especially when you talk about women, Women, when you talk about people dying with their ability, dying with their story, dying with everything that golden and everything that they have within them, it's us women. We've played small for a long time, and now it's time to really show up and unleash the potential that is within us, because it is within us. It is our gifts. It is our abilities. We are the one who have to unleash them. Can we stop running and babysitting and being mothers to especially to men? We do that a lot. Men need partners as well. They need you to show up as a goddess or whatever that you are, shaking your hair, saying that I am here. Unapologetically, just showing up. Is that who you are? Because when you show up like that in your power, in your authenticity, they give you the freedom, because they see someone who is not willing to play small because they want to be loved. That which is also not love, which is just like nursing of the wounds. Sometimes, because most of the times people give us who we are. We attract what we are. If you feel that you are not treated fairly, you are not loved enough, you are not respected, you feel that you are powerless, why did you choose to experience that? Your power is waiting for you. It's excited. It's even cheering to say, show up. Treat them more like that piece of crap, so that they can finally realize that I am here waiting for them to finally make love with me, to finally claim me and make love with me. That's your power. That's your freedom. That's your authenticity waiting for you to find it. Your potential waiting for you to unleash it. Love you. And thank you so much. Yes, my beautiful sister. We heal, and through us, generations back get healed. That's very true. Beautiful sage. Thank you so much.